Let's talk about the cheating problem that we have currently with the game Rust Console. Now, since I could remember back in the days of beta, a lot of people played the game legitimately, and anyone that didn't was just kind of getting to know their devices of playing the game on this device. Back in the day, I could tell a few people looking at their clips that were in fact Zim, and for anyone that doesn't know what Zim is a device where you are able to play mouse and keyboard on console based games. This is not a preference, this is cheating, which is confirmed by a variety of dev teams that create these games. Of course, you can play mouse and keyboard on certain games such as Call of Duty, Rocket League. You have that crossover, crossplay sort of thing. Rust Console is not within this category of playing Zim or on controller. If you are playing mouse and keyboard, it is cheating. And apart from all the other updates that we kind of want to happen for the game to kind of catch up to PC, whether it be graphical changes, performance changes, or monumental changes, banning people on devices is pretty much the #1 thing that everyone talks about on this game. Believe it or not, this is one of the communities where you have people that hate cheating or hate people on devices, yet they may use one themselves. Now, we've had this number that apparently one of the mods within the Rust Console Discord put out, which I've spoken about in a past video, which is 1% of the community is on devices. Now, let me tell you from experience of playing this game since beta, seeing it evolve, seeing people go from legit controller to mouse and keyboard or no recoil scripts on Zen, that is complete BS. There's no way on this planet that 1% of the community are cheating. It's a hell of a lot more. We're talking well over 10%. I would even go as far as to say 30 to 40%, and that's me being nice. So we've established that a lot of the community cheats, whether they hate it or not. People don't even buy these devices just to be good. They just buy them because they've had enough playing against the same people that are playing on these devices. So a mouse and keyboard player comes up against a controller player and they get absolutely destroyed. And of course, you can kill people on devices, but it's not the case of just get good. It's a case of you have to be good in the first place. And if you're playing against a mouse and keyboard player that's played on this device, mouse and keyboard before, or has gotten a lot better since they bought this, then you are at a disadvantage big time. So we've established that cheating is a problem, and it's a problem within every game on the console community or market. It's just getting ever so worse because they're not able to keep up. And the thing is, because there's so many people investing in these devices, if you ban them, you're going to lose a lot of money. These companies are going to lose a lot of money from the player base. They'll either go to PC or they'll just stop playing these games as competitively or put so many hours in. They'll just play them less, won't buy the skins or any of that nature. So talking specifically Rust Console, we have community servers coming up, and I hope they do launch before 2024, because that's when the devs had said on numerous occasions that that's when it's dropping. So let's say Rust Console are going to be dropping community servers this winter or beforehand. So 2023, we get this update, and we have been shown on a number of occasions the menu that we're going to be getting for admins. So admins of these servers can ban people, whether they have enough evidence to or they don't. It's up to the admin. Now, you can false ban people. That happens with D11. D11 have probably false banned some people based off evidence that is either inaccurate or they haven't given the right explanation as to why they banned someone. So if it happens with these game developers, it is 100%, pure fact that these admins are going to false ban people, whether it be because it's an accident or they do it because they don't like the player or they've talked back. There's going to be some admin abuse, 100%. That happens on every game. Even on Discord, you do get people that are just power hungry. So what I'm interested in talking about is, what are we going to be getting to ban certain players that are on devices? What are the tools that we're going to be getting? Now, we've seen obviously the menus that D11 have leaked. So let's look at two screens or two menu screens that we've been given by a D11. This is on their website. You can just go to that. It's in devblog 12. Now, whilst you're in a server, they've called this GBR Hooligans Island. You go to admin, then you have maintenance tools, gameplay, extras, communication, and access. Tools specifically they have gone on. You've got permissions, you've got server-wide gift where you can gift everyone within that server an AK, M2, a rock, a torch. Spawn item, which is pretty self-explanatory. Spawn any item you wish. God mode, flying around. Whether people can see you or not, I'm interested to see if you're able to do that, or you're invisible, just flying around the map whenever you please, going into people's bases, seeing if certain people are doing things that they shouldn't be doing, whether it's teaming up on a duo, trio, or solo server. Or let me rephrase that, God mode is basically when you cannot be killed, so you can do whatever and you cannot, die. Whereas no clip is flying around that I mentioned earlier to this. Teleportation, so teleporting from, let's say, one grid of the map to the other. Whether how much information you need to put in for that in terms of grid, coordinates, I'm not too sure. Zoning, I mean, I guess that's just certain zones you can or cannot get into. However, this next slide that I'm going to show you from the same sort of collective of images that they shared with us is players in game. You've got connected all recent players, platform name, admins, mods, VIPs banned. So people are going to pay for certain stuff. So Werewolf comes to mind on PC, which is where you pay, I guess, a monthly subscription to the person or the admin group or player to be supported with in-game head starts. So pretty much how starts work on Rust Console at the moment, where you just get given stuff, that's kind of going to work with the same kind of thing with VIPs. You're going to get given stuff earlier in the game to progress faster, get a base up faster, or get geared up faster than the rest of the server. One thing I want to look into though is bans. Now bans, they didn't show the menu for this, but this is the one we kind of want to look at. How, what's it going to show for banned players? Is it going to show that you're able to ban them off a variety of custom servers or community servers? Are you able to communicate with fellow admins saying, I've banned this person for cheating, make sure he doesn't come into your server? Because well and truly, community servers is the only thing that's going to stop people from cheating. And even I, personally, my opinion on this, it's not going to stop many people. I don't think it's going to stop many people. I think it's gotten way too out of hand, just not in Rust, but in every other game in general. Like, it's just insane how far gone, it's gone. And D11, whether it's because, they're not the biggest dev team around or established, as we know, they haven't got the biggest team in the industry, so and I guess the funding as well, so I guess it's been a bit of a challenge for them to try and ban all of these cheaters. But another thing is people just make alt accounts. You get banned, you make an alt account. That is literally what every person does. And the only people that can really IP ban you, if I'm not mistaken, is Sony and Microsoft themselves. And it looks like they're doing absolutely fuck all with the cheating problem on the games within Microsoft's marketplace and Sony's marketplace. At the end of the day, there is no fixed answer as to how this is going to get fixed. Community servers is the only thing we're riding on. However, it's, very little in terms of hope, in my opinion, or from my perspective, that I can see this all well and truly working. But for the game's sake, I hope it does. There is no fixed answer as to how we're going to beat a cheating problem like this, especially on this game, let alone all the other games. However, Mousetrap, I think, is something that should be brought over to, Rust Console. I've said in the past that Mousetrap hasn't really helped, and sure, it hasn't banned them, but it's really peed off people that play on mouse and keyboard over on Siege. So whether it's something that D11 can transfer over to Rust Console, I think that would help a hell of a lot. It's at least a step in the right direction if they can do that. But what do you guys think? I know there's no fixed answer or, final outcome for the cheating problem this game has. There are people that cheat, that hate kind of playing like that, but they feel like they're forced to because not enough is getting done. I don't think nothing is getting done, just not enough. And two, they can't play against these sort of players who are already got so much experience on these devices that are just pretty much good, if you want to call it that. As always, thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts down below and see you in the next one.